Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to the next episode of my C# learning tutorial. In the last episode, we created a new console application in Visual Studio and we ran and we saw the output. And as I told you in this episode, I have decided to talk a little bit about, the different files that we have in our solution, in our project. And then we will move on and talk about the different concepts that I have prepared for you. So as you can see here, I have a solution. The name of that solution is console app. When we created our project, we chose that name for our solution. And as I told you, a solution is kind of a container for different applications. Here in this solution, in this console app, I just have one single application, which is called console app. It is a console application, and a console application means that the application will run in a console, in a black window, for example, in command line, and you will see the output there. And this program.cs is the main, file of our console application. As they call it, it is the entry point. It is the first thing that will get run after you, play or run your project. And this is the code that, will produce the output that we talked about in our last video. And here you have another node which says dependencies, and if you open dependencies, you have different subnodes. I'm not going to go through all the details of these dependencies, but to just in a nutshell, dependencies are all the components, are all the files, if you wish, to that your program needs in order to function, that your program needs in order to run. The different files, the different dependencies, as they are called, that your project needs in order to execute. And here we have console. Console is a class. We're going to talk about classes a lot. They are one of the most important concepts when it comes to C# and OOP, object-oriented programming. I intend to create a course for teaching, object-oriented programming in C#. And then WriteLine is a method of this class. So these concepts are very important. Console is a class which has different methods. And one of the methods is WriteLine. And as the name suggests, this method is going to write a line, a message, a kind of a content, a piece of content in our console. And that piece of content is hello world, is the thing that we pass in the, parentheses of this WriteLine method. They are called arguments. Don't worry about all these, technical words. We are going to talk about all of them as we go along throughout the course. Everything will get clear. Hello world is a string, is a piece of content, is a sequence of characters which we need to put in double quotations because it is a string. So for example, I can change this. I can say, instead of hello world, I can say hello new developers, and then I can run my program, and in the output I will see hello new developers. And of course I can create another line. I can, for example, say console.WriteLine. Here we have two methods, write and WriteLine. They are different. Here it kind of you get kind of a pop-up which describes what write will do. It writes the text representation of the specified value, which, for example, could be Boolean, to the standard output stream, which in our case is the console. And we have WriteLine. WriteLine is another method that writes a message to the console, and it helps us to show different data in the output. For example, I can say, okay, WriteLine, welcome to C#, and then I will run this. Here we have hello new developers, and on the next line I have welcome to C#. The fact that we use WriteLine means that for writing the next piece of string, we will go to the next line. So what I mean is that if, for example, I change write line to write and then run my project, the first piece of content will get written to the output, but because I didn't use write line, I used write, the next piece, which is welcome to C#, will get written on the same line. So it is very important to understand the differences between the different methods of a class. For example, the write and write line of the console class. And one other thing that I want to tell you, which is a very important feature of C#, is that C# is case sensitive. So for example, write line and write line with lowercase letters, they are not the same. So C# is a very, is a case sensitive language. So it is very important to differentiate between, the different casings of your words. So if I try to run my program at the moment, of course, I cannot compile, I cannot build my application. And if I press no, here it says that console does not contain a definition for write line. So it kind of means that this method that I'm trying to use does not exist on the, console class. That's why I need to put W and L in uppercase, and then, it changes color to indicate that it has detected this method. So don't forget that C#, unlike other programming languages that you might already know of, is a case sensitive language. This is very important, and we're going to refer back to this as we go along through the course. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys have liked this video. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel and share the videos with your friends. Give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you.